Are you an online coach posting consistently but getting zero or unpredictable clients? I've studied hundreds of coaches and helped with many of them, and the ones with inconsistent clients all make the same three mistakes. Today I'll run you through these three problems, and if you fix these, you start getting your first qualified client DMs within the first 30 days. So let's get into it. So today I want to cover why online coaches post consistently but get zero clients. And I want to preface this by saying a lot of online coaches post very consistently, even once a day, and they really post like really good videos and lots of value packed into them. But they wonder why they can't get any zero clients. And I know that's an issue because a lot of coaches have asked me that as well, and I'm going to go through why. So, my first point is you're not showing your personality. What do I mean by that? Back in 2024 or 2025, like a lot of the content were based on value-led content. What do I mean by that? That means if you were to post yourself, kind of explaining how to do a lat pull down, for example, like what's the right form, what's the right muscles to use. This is if you're a fitness coach, you would blow up. But nowadays, if you post that same video, it would get no views. For example, in this clip, this guy is like kind of showing the muscles used in the lat pull down. It's only got 265. By the way, he's got like 2,000 followers, and that's super low. And why is that? And the reason for that is because nowadays, if you post the same video of a lat pull down, 10,000 people have already done it before you. So what makes you special from like the other people that have already said the same information? They don't really need that new information because it's already been said. And another example is kind of like physique check. So let's see this video that I'm going to show you. It's like this guy is just like kind of posting his physique and like really like flexing. And back then it would do really well because it's like, wow, you're really shredded. You're like a Greek god. But now it's like you see all types of physiques now. You've seen like people who've taken steroids or even natural, and you've already seen like the best physiques ever possible in the world. And so when you see these kinds of videos, you're like, okay, this is probably like just average compared to like what you usually watch, just because social media is so warped. But like, if you're not incorporating your personality, for example, into these kinds of videos, like you would be no different from anyone. That's why it just wouldn't do well. And what would I kind of like explain it as is, for example, if there's like two people, right? Like person A and person B. If there's person A who like is someone more aligned to you, so for example they have hobbies that you like as well, so let's say they like traveling and they're kind of like they're Japanese maybe, and if there's person B, they both post the same content, but like you like person A more, of course you're gonna get invested in person A. It might be the same product, but you just resonate with person A more and you just want to work with them more. And that's why you gotta show your distinct personality. And a good way to kind of showcase that, for example, is in your coaching videos, maybe like have a microphone on, right? Like kind of like show your comedy, show your humor, like talk about it and talk about your experiences and like maybe like narrate it in your kind of funny style. And everyone's different. That's why it works. Like everyone has their own unique personality. Another way is, for example, even posting stuff that is outside of your online coaching niche. So, for example, like you can literally post like other things you do. So let's say you go like scuba diving. Just showcase a video of that, because then they'll be like, oh wait, this guy who does gym also scuba dives. Like let's say I was a person that was into scuba diving, I would like you even more, and that would give me more of a reason to like you. So, and I'll show you an example of like me personally. I obviously provide coaching, but it's like I showcased that I kind of like other things. So let's kind of watch it. Um, so you tried to max your stats at uni, tried to start several businesses, got into climbing, got into fashion, ran a half marathon. So you see, like these kinds of things are nothing to do with it. Maybe like the business bit a little bit, it's got some relevance because obviously I'm running a business and it builds like authenticity. But like me posting these kinds of things will be like, okay, this guy also runs. Like, oh, I kind of like this guy. I also run and I also like fitness. So they'll obviously like pick me over another guy who does like the same value but is maybe a boring guy. And, to be honest, that's what I'm saying. No one is boring, but you just have to really showcase your authentic personality. The second thing is you are not getting enough reach. And what do I mean by that? You're simply just not getting enough views. And for example, if you're posting like the best content in the world, but only 100 people see it, you're literally wasting your hard-earned efforts, right? So why would you want to do that? And the only thing you're really missing is just studying the Instagram algorithm. If you understood how the algorithm works, you would get both like actual people who see it, and then if they see that your content is valuable, then they'll sign up to be your client. So really try and study this Instagram algorithm. So how I would break down reach is into two things: hook and retention. So to break each of them down, hook is the first 3 seconds of a video. So it's like if the first 3 seconds determines whether a viewer stops scrolling, right? So if you have a really good first 3 seconds, they'll stop and Instagram will be like, oh, okay, this must be a good video. And the second thing is retention. So how much of the video do they watch? If a viewer watches throughout the whole video, obviously Instagram will be like, oh, this must be a great video, and they'll just promote it to more people, right? And so how do you actually improve both of these? So for example, you can see one of my videos did 1 million views, and within the first 3 seconds, 73.7% were still watching. And by the way, anything above like 60% is really good retention. And so you can kind of firstly analyze the videos, right? So I think that's kind of one of the best ways to go about it. If you kind of see, for example, this hook works, like just double down on it. I literally reuse the hooks that I've already used before because they're already proven to work. So why wouldn't you reuse the hook? You can use the same hook, but then have like a different video. But you just need to reuse that same hook that like did well with you. And I mean, for the clients I work with, I literally give them a list of hooks that they can kind of like go through so they can rinse and repeat. But if you don't, then literally do your own videos and then kind of see which hooks work for you, and then again double down. And then in terms of like retention, again, that one's more about making sure the video is good. So what I would say is literally analyze the data from that reel, and you can see, oh, if people dropped off at like a certain point in the video, you can be like, maybe like I could have delivered that in a better way. And that's kind of like the gist with retention. And so the last thing I want to say is most content creators are kind of like posting randomly. So a lot of fitness coaches kind of just post like whatever they feel like on the day. You're posting once a day, but you're just like, I'm going to wake up, I'm on my phone. Okay, I kind of like this idea, I'm going to do it. And that is not a good way to go about it because it has to be systemized. And it's just a lot of work for you because every morning or whatever, you're having to think up of a new idea. And that just goes on every day, every day. And obviously, the best way is to have a repeatable system. So for example, this guy called Toby, he's got 11k followers, but his videos get like below 5k, like, which is crazy low, like, because you should be getting at least as many views as your followers. And so you can kind of see he's kind of posting whatever he feels like. One is like some anatomical thing, one is like 3 levels of cable lateral raises, like it's kind of all over the place. And that's kind of want to tell you like not to do, like don't just post randomly. So if you need some help, I have a general structure. You want to post like top of funnel, middle funnel, bottom of funnel. Top of funnel means like videos that bring your kind of account awareness. So whether it be memes or like more general things that can attract a broad audience. The middle funnel is like specific educational stuff relating to your content. And bottom of funnel is like actual like specific stuff to you and your service. So let's say if you were doing like a coaching business, you would put like testimonies there. And I would do like a 40% top of funnel, 40% middle funnel, and 20% bottom of funnel. And so like a lot of creators kind of lean to just one funnel. So for example, a lot of people will just do like middle funnel content where it's just educational, but you need that balance, right? Because, for example, if you just do middle funnel, you need like a broad audience to kind of see it in the first place. And then, for example, if you never did do like bottom of funnels, like client testimonies, how are people gonna know whether you're actually legit? Like bottom of funnel content is what actually gets clients to like kind of like message you, because they'll see, oh, okay, this worked for a client, so they'll message you, right? So you really need to include all three pieces of funnel into your content. And so, for example, a good way to do is like top of funnel content. And because a lot of coaches ask me what is a top of funnel content, I'll kind of show you an example. So this is a top of funnel content I did. Right, that one got a lot of views because that's quite a general statement, like you're a coach filming content. And actually, it actually also technically serves as a middle funnel because I'm technically like targeting specifically coaches. But I think this is just like a very relatable thing. Like, oh, you like look in the camera and you're kind of flexing. Like, that's a top of funnel. And then like middle funnel would be like me doing educational videos, and bottom of funnel would be, like showing client testimonies of like the people that I've coached. And yeah, that's pretty much the main three ways that so yeah, that's pretty much the three main ways that you can get clients as a so yeah, that's pretty much the main three reasons why people yes, so yeah, that's pretty much the main three reasons why online coaches. So yeah, this is kind of why online coaches post consistently but get zero clients. So just to recap, one is like you're not showing your personality enough. Like you need to differentiate yourself from the other ones. You're not getting enough reach, so you need to optimize for the algorithm. Number three is like posting randomly, like you're not systemizing what you're posting. So it also takes a lot of effort. And if you want anything to do with like the hook templates, like a list of hooks, or like how you have content strategy systems, DM me on Instagram. I always reply there. And I also work with clients one-on-one, so you can kind of book a calendar meeting with me if you want to. But apart from that, if you don't want to, that's fine. Like, I hope you found this information valuable. Like, I literally just want to help coaches do better because I keep seeing these same mistakes. So just please make sure to dial in on these kind of like aspects. And apart from that, I hope you subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.